So you want to try out RC racing with COR Victoria but don't know what to buy? Let's check out our most popular class at COR, two-wheel drive buggy. Hey, Rich here with COR Victoria. One of the most frequently asked questions we get when a new person wants to come race with us is, what do I buy? Where do I start? I don't know what to do. What's a servo? I need an ESC? I can't run my 4-cell LiPo? I'm no pro. I don't claim to know everything about these buggies. I'm not a super techie guy. What I do know is where new people should be starting in our club in Victoria. I know the most popular chassis, and I know some good starting points for new people. The most popular class at our club, at any club indoor anywhere in the world, is two-wheel drive buggy. It's where we want new people to start. It's a great entry-level class. It's a great expert class. We keep everyone in two-wheel drive buggy, and we'll have some great racing throughout the heats. In front of us, we have the most popular buggies in our club: the X-Ray XB2 and the team associated B62. When you go to a club, you want to race the most popular buggies. This is going to allow the most chance to get help with setup. It's also going to allow you a lot of part support. So if you break, there's chances are someone is going to have that part in their bags. In Victoria, we have a lot of team drivers with X-Ray, so you should have no problem getting parts. They are a little harder to get parts if you were to go order them, compared to the B6, which is parts out of Vancouver overnight almost. So we're going to pop the shells off. We're going to talk a bit about the buggies. We're going to go through the basic operations of an RC car in general. And yeah, we'll just try to bring you up to speed with the two-wheel drive class. First up, we have the team associated B6.2. This is my buggy, so I do know a bit about it compared to the X-Ray. Before I take the shell off, shout out to Jerry Bernard at Bernard Creations. Jerry paints all my bodies. He paints all Tony's bodies. And if you come out to our club and see a cool paint job, chances are it's Jerry's bodies. He does quick turnaround and does awesome work. Again, Bernard Creations, check him out on Facebook. If you need a link, just send me a quick PM and I'll get you the link. So again, this is the B6.2. I have it pretty much stock. We're running our pin tires, so at COR we run pin tires in the back, and on the two-wheel drive we run a staggered front tire, so there's little ribs. We'll get more into tires at a later video. So let's take the shell off, and we'll give you a quick overlay of a basic RC buggy. Alright, we'll zoom you in a bit here. So the basic operation of an RC car in general, and on this two-wheel drive buggy, we'll just walk through it real quick in case you know nothing about RC. So you're going to have a radio in your hand. You're going to be giving it steering input and throttle input. This receiver is going to pick up the signal from that. It is then going to take the steering input and send it to your servo, which is right here. You can see it turns the wheels. It is also going to take a signal and send it to this piece right here. It is an ESC, electronic speed control. Think of it as your brain. So it's basically the brain of your car. It then sends a signal via the sensor wire and through these power wires to your motor at the back. The motor in turn spins the motor. The motor spins and turns this pinion right here, and then turns the spur gear, which spins your wheels. A couple of other things in this buggy. You have your LiPo pack. We run 2-cell LiPos at COR. All the modern day electric 10 scale vehicles run a shorty pack compared to a full-size pack in some of the other ones. You can see the size difference there. Also in this buggy for electronics, you will see this red piece right here on top of the servo. That is a transponder. It's going to pick up your signal when you cross the loop racing and send a signal to our decoder. We'll get into that in a brief club overview video at some point when we can actually start racing. So again, that is the basic layout of the buggy and basically how an RC car works. A bit about the pricing for electronics. Your receiver is going to depend on what radio you go with. There's entry-level radios start around $100, and you can go all the way up to like $800 depending on how crazy you want to go in your budget. We're going to look at the servo. The servo is a Savox 1258 TG servo. It goes for around $120. Your transponder is a MyLapse transponder. This one is a 2-wire, so it just has 2 wires there. At our club, we can pretty much run any transponder that has the red on it, whether it's a 2-wire, 3-wire, or even the older transponders that are a bit bigger, so no worries about buying used transponders there. Again, that transponder is about $129 new. The electronic speed control, or ESC, is a Hobbywing Just Stock ESC. It is a bulletproof ESC. It is very simple, but it does the job. I run this in my buggy, and I also run it in my 4-wheel drive buggy with a 13.5 motor, so it can handle this no problem. It's a very popular ESC in our club, and majority of the guys are running this. The battery is a Gens Ace 4200 milliamp 2-cell LiPo. The battery goes for around $69. You can also upgrade to higher C rating batteries, but you really do not need anything more than this battery. My motor is a Hobbywing 17.5 motor. So I did spend a little bit more money with my motor. It goes for around $170. You don't need, especially if you're starting out new, you don't need to spend $170 on a motor. You can get a motor for 60, 70 bucks, maybe even 80 bucks, or even try used motors. When you're just starting out, you're not going to notice any power difference. Your main goal is going to be going around the track and staying on your wheels. So I would suggest not going crazy and buying a $200 motor or anything like that right off the bat. Yeah, and then we talk about tires and wings. So the B6 goes for right around $449 Canadian. With that, you will get the wing, the front wing mount, and the wing. You will get no electronics and no wheels and tires, so that's all on yourself. Some big changes this year for the B6. They have the three gear laydown transmission. They've come out with an integrated fan mount for the motor. So the fan mount is inside the frame now, which is pretty nice. They now have the stock front wing mount, which is pretty awesome right here. So that is in the kit. In previous years, they didn't come with it, and you had to buy an aftermarket one, and I struggled to find a decent one. It also comes, if you see underneath the ESC, you will see some steel plates under there. They come with the kit now. Before they didn't, you had to buy them separate. What that does is, I think they're 25 grams. It adds the weight low on your chassis, and that's going to allow your buggy to sit flat. And when you're going around a corner, it's going to keep the weight down low, center of gravity nice and low, and keep you from traction rolling over like that. So it just puts the weight low. Also, with the buggy, you can see the transmission, which is right through here. The camera will pick it up here. Let's back it up here. So the chassis is a lay-down transmission. Most of the buggies now have lay-down transmission. That again keeps that weight down low to the chassis and keeps that, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess center of gravity. I'm looking for another word, but I can't think of it right now. Your rotating mass down low to the chassis. Some of the older buggies, like if you're going to look at used buggies, a B5M, the chassis is really high up, or sorry, the transmission is really high up off the chassis, and that's going to tend to traction roll a bit more. It also comes with the rear sway bar included, so you can see, the camera will pick it up right here. There's a piece right here, and that is included with the kit. Like I said, this is my B6. I absolutely love this. I'm coming from a 2017 XB2. That was just time for an upgrade. And the B6-2 came out last year, and I had to have it. I absolutely love it. I haven't broken a single thing with this buggy. It is rock solid. I've definitely had my fair share of crashes. So let's put the shell back on and we'll take a look at the X-Ray XB2. Next up we have the X-Ray XB2. This one is a 2020 edition. X-Ray classes all their buggies by year. So this is a 2020. There's a 2021 coming out. There was a 2019, so on. Thank you, Tony, for giving us his brand new build to check out. Check out that chassis. Not a single scratch on it. Also, isn't it a chassis protector? Tony, what's going on? You got to protect your chassis. Again, that body from Bernard Creations, freshly painted, looking so good. Not a tire mark on it yet. So let's take the shell off. We'll take a look inside and we'll go over what Tony has. There's nothing worse than taking off a brand new body and not wrecking it. Gotta be so careful, especially when it's someone else's. Alright, we'll toss it there. Let's zoom in a bit here and we'll give you a closer look at Tony's electronics. Alright, so we already walked over the operation, so I shouldn't need to do that. You guys should have a basic understanding of what's what. He has the same Sanwa receiver. He's running a Savox servo as well. His is a little bit more torque. It's a 2274 servo, so it has a bit more torque. He's running a MyLapse transponder. He has the 3-wire transponder, so you can see the white wire there. Again, doesn't matter for our club. Hobbywing, just stock ESC, that bulletproof $100 ESC. It is the ESC to buy. Tony is running the Gens Ace red line, so the level up from the battery you saw in my buggy. It's 130C, so basically the discharge weight is higher, and it also is a high voltage battery, which really doesn't matter to our club. Tony has an R1 Works 17.5 motor, and he's running a ProTech fan at the back. If you're looking for a fan, that is the fan to buy. All metal. We are having great luck in the club with the ProTech fans. So a big difference right here. The B6.2 that we just saw had the integrated fan mount, so the fan actually bolted to the chassis right here. Whereas X-Ray, Tony has his glued into the chassis, which is pretty common with most buggies. Again, Team Associate just came out with that this year. So the X-Ray, we'll zoom you out. What am I doing? Come on, eh? There we go. The X-Ray XB2, this is the 2020 edition, comes in right at $535. So about $80 more than Team Associated. You are getting a little bit more fit and finish with this buggy. X-Ray touts himself as a luxury off-road vehicle. It says it right on their boxes, 1/10 luxury off-road vehicle. It's pretty funny. So you're going to get that fit and finish. Parts are going to be top quality too. I know the Associated, some of the guys on some of the forums were having a bit of issues with the plastics not being very good. Again, I didn't experience any of that. You do get a little bit more carbon fiber with this buggy, so you can see the side rails right here. This is to stiffen up the chassis, the carbon fiber. Carbon fiber inside the front hubs, which you can't see the spindles. And you get carbon fiber shock towers, which you also get on that. Aluminum shock bodies with the plastic caps, same as the B6. What you do get in the box with the XB2 is the wheels, which you don't get with the B6. You do not get the front wing mount with this buggy. You do with the B6. And with the XB2, you do not get the front roll bar. So a couple differences from this. Again, you are paying for that fit and finish, a bit for the name as well. But it's an awesome buggy. I ran the XB2. I think mine was a 2016 or 2017. I love that buggy. I was just due for an upgrade. Let's put the shell back on, and we'll put them side by side, kind of wrap up the video. Alright, so we have both buggies side by side. We're just going to go over everything again. We're going to cover a few things that we already talked about. I'll just talk a bit about my opinions on each buggy. I'm not here to tell you to buy the X-Ray XB2 or the Team Associated B6.2. I don't care what you buy. from a club perspective, we want you buying a two-wheel drive buggy and coming to race with us. We don't want you buying a 13.5, coming out and ripping the front end off in the first corner. It's just not fun. This class is so fun. It's very competitive. You'll kind of battle all the way through the A main right down to a C main. There's always someone to race against. It's a great beginner class. Yeah, again, you want to pick up a two-wheel drive buggy to come race with us. Couple of differences between these buggies as they sit here, like we talked about again. The X-Ray XB2 comes in at $535. The Team Associated B6.2 comes in at $449. You are paying a bit more for the X-Ray name and that luxury title, so the fit and finish will be better on the X-Ray XB2. The plastics are going to be better. There was some complaints when the B6.2 came out last year from guys online saying that the plastics weren't very good and they were missing stuff inside the box. I didn't experience anything. Like I said, this is my B6.2 and I love it. You're going to get a bit more carbon fiber with the X-Ray, but with the Team Associated, you get that front wing mount included, and you also get that rear sway bar. With the X-Ray, you get wheels, which you do not get with the B6.2. So different changes, a little bit of stuff here, a little bit there. But really, that's going to be up to you what to buy. Like I said, I don't care what you buy. Just buy a two-wheel drive buggy. Just looking at the two buggies side by side, something about our setup difference. Tony's running a wide wing. I'm running a narrow wing. My wing's also broken. It really doesn't matter. We're not going to notice it at our level, whether you run a wide wing or a narrow wing. I'm not going to notice it, that's for sure. Tony also is running the wider front two-wheel drive rims, and I'm running the narrow, so you can see the difference between the two tires there. These are called a slim tire. That's what majority of guys run. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the two buggies. If you're looking for used, I would strongly suggest for an X-Ray XB2 going all the way back to 2017. Just make sure the year when you buy it, you don't want to buy a really old buggy. You want to try to stay somewhat modern, so 2017, 2018 or newer. If you're looking at Team Associated, you can get a Team Associated B6, B6.1 used. Those are both great buggies. They're going to be awesome in the class. Stay away from the Team Associated B5M. It's a little older model. Parts are getting a little rarer for them. And they have a stand-up transmission, so it's a little higher. It's going to create more. It's just a bit more of a dated buggy. The price difference too, you can get a B6 relatively cheap. Ask questions. That's the biggest thing. Alright, so let's wrap up this video. I've said it a few times now. I'm going to say it one more time. From a club's perspective, we don't care if you buy an X-Ray. We don't care if you buy a Team Associated. What we do care is that you buy a two-wheel drive buggy. We don't want to see guys buying 13.5 buggies coming out and ripping the front off their buggies because they didn't turn in the corner. This class is very competitive. It is great for new drivers. We all run two-wheel drive buggy, and the majority of us run 17.5 motors. You are going to find a battle with somebody in your first race. There is very competitive race, and that's what makes it fun. When it's competitive, it's fun. If you need more questions about anything, feel free to PM me. I will hook you up with an X-Ray driver to talk to, or someone that runs Team Associated to talk to you if you don't like what I'm talking about. But just ask questions. That's the biggest thing in our hobby. Ask questions. Don't be shy. Some of the guys on our club aren't as outgoing as others, so they might need a little persuading, a little kick in the butt to talk to you. Again, shout out to Tony Cooper for lending me his awesome X-Ray XB2 2020 edition. We'll put the shell on it here. We'll give him some camera time again. So again, there you go. Tony Cooper, again, thank you very much for lending us your buggy. We got to walk through it. I look forward to lapping it soon. Another shout out, Canada Hobbies. This is a hobby store that supplies us with tires. They give us gifts for prizes. Please, if you're looking to buy, check out CanadaHobbies.ca. Al is a former racer. He is an awesome guy, and he is the only person supporting this club with prizes. Again, CanadaHobbies.ca. Thanks for checking us out. Again, ask questions, PM me. I will do my best to help you out. Till the next video. Bye for now.